The website Pornhub put up a billboard in Times Square in New York City. Or should I say they erected a billboard? I know, I'm so corny. It's a very tame billboard, and it says, "All you need is hand," with a heart sign made with hands, and it says Pornhub in the middle. But apparently, it was hard to get the community to accept the billboard. I did it again. All right, I'll stop, seriously. So they faced some stiff opposition. All right, no, seriously, I'm done. Should I stop with cheap jokes here? So anyway, boner. All right, I'm seriously done now. So the billboard was pulled down. They actually pulled the billboard down, and the ad space is owned by a company called City Outdoor, but for some reason, the building directly behind it, the Doubletree Hotel, complained, and then they were able to get it removed, which, again, I don't really understand that. How are they affiliated with the deal if it's, like I said, a different company that owns the billboard and it's their property, and then Pornhub made a deal with them and everything was all set? How is that? I don't understand what the problem is, but somehow they were able to get it pulled down. I guess they may have complained or something like that. But, so what are we to make of this, man? Is it okay to have up a porn billboard in the middle of the city all the time? Should it be allowed? Should it not be allowed? Look, I get that there are some things that you can't do in public because there are kids around, and if they see it, it could be viewed as sort of an imposition, like sort of a weird kind of sex crime if you're jamming nudity in the face of a child, right? But that's the thing. There is no nudity on this billboard. There is nothing that's, out of line. I mean, the only thing anybody can make a stretch argument for is the word porn being on there in Pornhub. Okay? But honestly, I don't think that means anything, because I remember when I was a kid, before I knew anything about sex, I'm a child, I saw somebody wearing a hat that said porn star. And I asked my parents, I'm like, what does that mean? And I guess I was too young where they didn't want to tell me yet. So I don't remember what they said, but I remember me being a moron and just filling in the blank. I said something out loud like, is it like corn? Is it some sort of food? Looking back at it now, that's actually pretty funny. That I was convinced. I was like, well, it sounds like corn, so maybe it's in the corn family. Is it some sort of corn? I mean, that's got to be it. It's weird he has a hat that says that, but hey, why not? My parents were like, okay, anyway, moving on. What's on the radio? Let's do something else here. So, but I don't think there's no damage there. There's no problem there. And you know what really gets under my skin about this is how puritanical people get for nothing at the most random reasons. Like, seriously? So, is there anybody looking at that billboard who hasn't looked at porn, touched themselves to porn, know about porn, watch porn on a regular basis? Everybody does. Are you kidding me? It's 2014. We have the internet. When some insane percentage of the internet is porn. I mean, that's the main thing people probably use it for, jerking off an email. I mean, the idea that, like, you need to sanitize it, let's all be Puritans now, and let's all pretend like in polite company nobody does that. To me, that's as stupid as, like, saying, don't put up a bathroom sign, because then you're reminding people that sometimes people piss and shit. Like, well, that's a private thing now. Let's be Puritans. Let's not discuss that in public company, because it's something that happens behind closed doors, and we need to be gentlemen and gentlewomen about this all. But it happens. But it's real life, and you're not hurting anybody. There's nothing graphic on it. Like, seriously? It's like saying take down that sign that says bathroom on it. When people think of a bathroom, they're going to think about people doing what they do in a bathroom, and that's gross. I mean, how is that any different? In fact, I think it's more gross what happens in a bathroom than what happens on a porn site. I'd rather people be having sex in the bathroom stalls than taking a shit, okay? The sex won't even smell. I mean, it's this weird thing, and New York City is as liberal can be, but even they, for some reason, are like, oh, we can't do this. Let's all pretend like porn doesn't exist as we walk down the street not talking to each other. Fuck you. All of you guys jerk off. All of you guys get off. All of you guys watch porn. It's not a big deal, and now you're just pretending it's a big deal because you're having a flashback to being in the year 1532 in Salem.